Hi everyone, it's Peggy Merwin with Stamp with Peggy. It is the last Monday of September, September 27th. I can't believe how fast this month has gone by. Weather today has been really warm. Yesterday and today both were in the mid to upper 80s, 85 to 87, something like that. So it's a little unseasonably warm right now. Last week's weather was gorgeous. I really liked that. As you can see on the mantle, we're starting to get ready for some Halloween. But tonight, we're going to share a little bit more Christmas and winter. So we're going to bring that on. Hi, Helen. Hi, Roseanne. Thank you guys for joining. Make sure you say hi so I know who's watching. There's Sharon. Hi, Sharon. Busy weekend this weekend. Tony went camping for the weekend by himself and just got back today. And I had a girls' weekend with some of you watching tonight that we did lots of crafting. I actually didn't do any stamping at all. I made some signs, trying to figure out how to use my scan and cut machine. And so I cut stencils and painted some signs, and it was lots of fun. We had a good time together. We had a martini mashed potato bar for dinner Saturday night. So that was a lot of fun. We put mashed potatoes in martini glasses, and then we had all the toppings spread out on the counter so you could put on whatever you wanted to. So that was fun. I came home and started designing for Wednesday night's class. And then came home from work today and got this project designed. So I hope you like it. I'm going to turn the camera down and we're going to go ahead and get started. I guess before I do that, bear with me while I pull it up on my computer. There we go. So Robin's with us. Hi, Robin. Annie's with us tonight. Yay, you made it live with us. Okay, close your eyes while I wiggle jiggle here a little bit. Okay, let's set you down. Let's fix the camera around. Okay, you got a black screen right now. Let's get this. All right, coming back up, so close your eyes a minute. All right, back up we come. Let's get this cord out of the way. Make sure that we're charging and not losing anything. Okay. Reminder that celebration ends on Thursday, so you're down to your final couple days to earn the great things in here. We've used most of them. The Bedazzling paper is sold out now. You can no longer get that. That's the only one that I know is gone. This penguin paper is so adorable. These little creatures are cut out or punched out of this paper. And then the opposite side is such pretty designs. So that's a great one. Feels Like Home is kind of a set that gets hidden a little bit. But if you go back and look at my blog a little bit, put in the search Feels Like Home, you will see a couple of cards that we did with that. The beautifully penned designer paper. The Peaceful Prints, that is just gorgeous. You can get the punch to be able to punch some of those out of there or fussy cut them, but the opposite sides are so pretty. Okay, the sheep, we did some fun with that, and then the coordinating sheep dies. So place a $100 order and get both of those. You will love them. And then Textures and Frames. Now this is another one that kind of hid, and then last week we made, or I shared on my blog, a Christmas card that we made out of it. Some great birthday cards. It's just a fun set. The Summer Shadow dies. It coordinates with a stamp set in the annual catalog, so that'll be a fun one to use. Delicate Dahlias we've used a couple of times. It is fabulous. All right. I think, and then In Your Words is a free hostess stamp set with a $300 party. So you know what? I have a couple of these on hand. How about if we do a drawing this week and somebody will get this stamp set, In Your Words. The only way you can get it is with a $300 party. Okay? So tonight we are going to use the Peaceful Place Suite, which is the stamp set. Here, let's go this way. It is the Peaceful Cabin stamp set and the coordinating cabin dies, which cut out the trees and cut out the cabin. And then it's also, oops, let's scoot it over a little bit, this beautiful designer paper. Some fun sequins and ribbons. Okay, so here's the papers. Look at how pretty these are. Love just the soft subtleness. And then check this out. You could just cut this into 6 by 6, trim it down just a little bit, and just make this be your card front. Stamp a greeting, add some wink of Stella. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And then this fun one with the cabins. Hi, Sandy. With the fun little cabins on it. This reminds me of the cabin at my mom and dad's. And then the other side is just pretty, pretty sparkly silver. Hi, Glenda. Thanks for joining. How about this one with the rows of trees? Gorgeous. And then it looks like tree with silver on it. This is another one. Cut it in half, and then you could cut it into 4-inch pieces, and then just add a greeting onto there, and you've got a very simple card. White on white, little silver underneath it even, and then all of the sparkly silver trees. So pretty. I think this one's probably my favorite because of the little snowflakes. There's a little silver, a little white, and then flip it over and it's got the gray buffalo check. Love it. Beautiful scrapbook page. Add some photos. Again, you could kind of cut this into strips and make specialty cards out of this. And then the back side is just a soft, subtle gray. So such pretty, pretty paper. And again, it's in the holiday catalog. You could get your free celebration item when you order this. Let's see if I can find it again quick. Page 38 is the stamp set and dies. Page 36 and 37 is the whole suite with everything. Okay? So put that on your list. Oops. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. We're kind of jumping in and out here. I'll give it a minute to pop back in. Okay, and then there are coordinating dies to go along with it. So you want to see the card first? This is kind of a specialty, fun fold. All right, so here we have the card, just kind of basic gray with smoky slate, some of the pretty little gray tree designer paper. I added some of the, what are they called? Silver and clear epoxy essentials. On there, and then have a belly band. So we're going to slide the belly band off. There's For You again, just kind of peeking out at you. And then, are you ready? We're going to open it up, and there's our little cabin scene popped out of it. Look, we have some snowflakes. We have our little greeting with a bunch of snowflakes. And then this also flips over. Okay, let's try it this way first. All right, first we got to get it to bend good. And then it turns into an easel card. Okay, so it could go up on my mantle back here. Let's see, am I getting it all in so that you can see it well? So isn't that pretty? I mean, it's just a nice, fun surprise. Okay. A little bit of detail, but it's not hard. So let's pull our pieces in. And we are going to start with the basic gray bases. So I have one that is 5 inches wide by 5.5 inches long, and it's scored at 3/4 of an inch. And I forgot my bone folder. Darn it all. All right, 2 seconds. Okay, so then you're just going to take and fold it on the score line, use your bone folder, and give it a good crisp crease. This is the front of the card, the bottom front. Okay, then our other piece is 5.5 inches by 7.25 inches. And we're scoring it at 3/4 of an inch on one end and at 2.25 on the other end. Okay, so again, we're going to turn that 3/4 inch to the inside, burnish it well, and then we're going to fold the 2.25 inch the opposite way. Okay, that's our front flap that comes over the card. And so what's going to happen is we're going to glue together those 2 3/4 inch edges, and there's our card. Okay, so let's see if I cut all my layers right. Let's start with the fronts of the card. So we have smoky slate that is 1/4 of an inch smaller than each. So this is 2 inches by 5.25. And then we have designer paper that is 1 7/8 by 5 1/8. So we're just going to adhere our designer paper onto the smoky slate. Oh, good. You guys are liking this card. Okay. And then we're going to adhere this to the front flap of the card. Okay. And it's going to fold down over the front of our card. So we want our trees to be pointing up towards that fold. Okay. And then we have a piece that is 4 by 5.25, our normal card front layer. And then our designer paper is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So it's 1/8 of an inch smaller than the smoky slate. And then we're just going to layer that, get our tiny little border. And then we're going to adhere that onto the bottom front. Okay, so again, you've got your fold down here at the bottom. And so we're just going to stick this right on there. Okay, so again, those will get glued together. And there's the front of our card. Okay, so now let's work on the insides. So I have 2 pieces that are, let me double check, 5.5 by 4. Okay, 4 inches by 5.5. I used the cabin stamp out of here, and I just stamped it, leaving about 1 inch to 1.25 inches at the top. And then on the other piece, I stamped the set of trees. This is 1 stamp. So I stamped that, leaving about 1/4 of an inch or so at the top. I want to make sure that when I sandwich it inside the card, it's still going to come below the fold line. Okay? And so then we are going to pull in the stamp cut and emboss machine. And we're going to put our tree one up here. And then we're going to take our tree die. And we're just going to line it up on the trees. And I've got some, you guys, this stuff is fabulous. Labeling cover-up tape. It's Post-it tape. And it works great to help hold your dies in place when we no longer have a magnetic platform. You don't have to try to dig to find Post-it notes. It's right there by you. Okay, so then we're just going to put our top plate on, and we're going to wiggle jiggle a little bit. So hang on a minute as we run this through. Hi, Linda. Glad you joined. Little late is better than never. All right, and then we're just going to take the dies off. And this tape is removable. Okay, so it doesn't just do it gently. Don't just tear, because then you could tear your paper. But otherwise it comes off pretty good. let's see, we're going to put that back over there. Okay, now it didn't completely, so we are going to just snip that off. And so there's our row of trees. And then we're going to do the same thing with the house or the cabin. I stamped that already. Okay, and then we're going to use just the outline die for it. And we're going to, again, just line that up. And then we're going to reach and grab a couple of Post-its. Little Post-it tape. Luann joined us. Yay. All right, now where did I just put my plate? Here it is. And we're going to run that through so that we can cut that out. And again, it's going to give us a row of snow and then the cabin. All right, I think I'm done with that. Okay, and so again, we're just going to, whoops, see, and that's why you want to be real careful when you're taking the tape off. I reuse it probably a time or two too many. All right, there we go. And then again, it didn't completely cut, so we're just going to cut that edge off. All right, so now we have our cabin on a hill of snow. We have our trees on a hill of snow. Okay, and so when we layer them together, we get the fun little scene. And then I took another piece of basic white and I stamped the trees, and I actually stamped 2 more times and cut them out. This time I didn't worry I'm going to end up cutting, because again, it's got this like the hill of snow. So we're just going to do a quick cut to cut them off from the hill, because I want them separate this time. Okay. All right, so there's a little one. And then here's the double one. However, on this double one, we're just going to go up here and we're just going to cut those apart. And I just kind of followed wiggly jiggly. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Then this one we're going to use later. But for right now, let's just cut it off from the hill. And the only one I'm using right now is the double one, I think. We'll hang on to the single one. Okay, then I also stamped a fence, and I already die cut that out. All of this was stamped in the memento. Okay, I know it looks like gray, but it's not. Okay, then we are going to take dimensionals, of course, and we're going to put a dimensional on each of the trees. And then I'm also, let's see, where are we at? So I think we can't, oops, that one's not going to work very well. Don't put it right there behind on that part of the tree, because that's right where the window is. All right, so instead we're going to put one there, one there, one there, and one more on the end. Okay, so we're going to take these backings all off. And I'm not putting it at the bottom part. This is where it's going to sandwich together, and I don't want that excess in between. Okay, and so we are just lining it up side to side. And I think I'm going to come down just a hair. There we go. Okay, so now we have some dimension, but our bottom is flat. Then, all right, we're going to do it different than I did. So then we're going to take our card base, the bigger piece. We're going to use, you can use tear and tape, you can use your Stamp and Seal, or you can use the green glue. And again, with the green glue, you don't want to go real heavy because you don't want it oozing all out everywhere. Okay, and so again, here's the back part. So we're just going to stick this down. And I kind of left it, now again, you're watching this fold up here, but I left it up from the bottom about 1/8 of an inch. And just make sure it's adhered good. And then we're going to take our other piece and we're going to, from the inside, we're going to put, excuse me, green glue on there. Okay, we're going to make sure we get enough, but not too much that it oozes all over. All right, and then we're just going to line our bottom edges and side to side. Okay, so you're matching the folds. You're watching up here to make sure that it's going to close there. And then you're matching side by side. Okay. And there's our little village, our little cabin. So now we are going to, we're going to add, actually tell you what, before I do that even, I have some of this snowflake paper. So we're just going to put our adhesive. I've got a 5/8 by 5 1/4 inch strip. That's going on here. I just got to make sure I'm good side to side. Good enough. And then I have a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece for the bottom part. Okay, I'm still up enough you guys can see this, right? Like that. Okay, now we're going to add our trees and things onto here. Let's close that glue back up. Okay, and I did use dimensionals on this part. Okay, so we're going to grab some chunks and we're just going to, and you don't want to go way up high. Oh, and I can see I used a re-stamped one. Okay, and so the bigger one, we're going to add like right over here to the left. Oops, yep, and like I said, make sure that it's down. Right there is my dimensional, so it's showing. So we need to get that back off from there. And so my recommendation is to put it right onto the hill. Okay, there you go. That will work. And then we have two little ones. So again, I'm just going to put it at the bottom. I'm not even going to put one up at the top on both of them. And let's take the backings off. Okay, and so then I'm going to put one like right here on the edge of the cabin. And then we're going to put another one over here on the left side, raising it up just a little. And then we're going to take our fence and we're going to put our fence right over the top of the two trees. So we are going to take a little piece of dimensional and I'm putting it only in the center between the two trees. Okay, and there it is. Now we forgot to add some Wink Stella to all the trees so that it's sparkly snow. And these big ones back here. And here. And then we've got snow all over our rooftop. So I added sparkles all over there. And then just kind of a little bit there. Little crazy, but not too bad. Okay. So isn't that cute? I mean, already it's fabulous. So then I took a piece of smoky slate. that is 4 by 5 1/4. And, oops, I didn't do it. I was thinking I already had. Okay. We need the stamp pad. Okay, so I'm using the Smoky Slate stamp pad. And the little snowflakes out of the set. Oh, thanks, Helen. And then I'm going to go all the way around the border edge with the little snowflakes. Again, no rhyme or reason. Those of you who've watched and followed me know that I don't necessarily do pattern. I just stamp it. You're just adding snowflakes around the edges. This panel is going to be where you can write your little greeting. You can sign your name. So you want some open space in it. But what I did is it's going to go back here and it's going to adhere to this panel. Okay, but when I lay it down, that doesn't look good, right? So we need to add some more snowflakes into these areas. Okay, we're going to do one there. We're going to lift this up and we're going to add a couple there. And I think, there we go. That will pretty much do it. There's a couple more spaces here, but there you have where you can stamp your or write your little greeting, put your name there so they know who this fabulous card came from. And I know this isn't a card that you are going to mass produce, but we all have those special people on our list. And honestly, what do you get them for a gift? So what better thing than to spend a little bit of time making a very special card for them? Okay. So this is just getting adhered back here. So again, when you first open, that's just a beautiful scene right there. Okay. And then I used Hippo and Friends to die cut basic white. And then I stamped, "May you enjoy the peace of this beautiful season." Okay, so runs for all different holiday, not just Christmas, but all different winter seasons. And then I am putting, of course, up on dimensionals. I added the little snowflakes around on this one. And so we are going to add this piece in the middle. And it really needed dimensionals. Just didn't look right flat to me. Okay, and so we're just going to center that in the middle of here. And so the inside of our card is all set. Okay, so then we're going to fold it shut. Now, I don't like that. Okay, it's popping open. So we're taking a strip that is 1 1/4 wide by 9 1/4. Okay, I'm not scoring it at all. I'm just going to hold it onto my card and I'm going to fold it loosely, not super tight. And then we're going to fold it again. Of course, Robin, everything needs dimensionals. Okay, and then once you've got your little creases, then you can fold it good. And then I like to adhere it when it's on my card. You do have to be careful because you don't have a real big overhang. Looking at this now, I probably would have made this 9.5 inches instead of 9 1/4. But, so I put just a little bit of glue on both ends of the belly band and then hold it shut. Okay, now you ready for this part? I used the Hippo and Friends die again, and I cut, hi Karen Strand, long time no see. I used the Hippo and Friends and cut a Smoky Slate, and I'm going to adhere it underneath here. Okay, So let me find which side is the right side. And then I'm just going to put adhesive right in that center part. I'm putting glue there. Okay. And then we are just going to push it down, center it side to side, and then kind of up and down also into the center of this. Hi, Emily. Thanks for joining. We have lots of newbies tonight. You guys make sure that you're sharing the video. Again, my goal is to grow my page, and I will be doing a drawing this week for the In the Words stamp set, the Hostess exclusive set. Okay, and so then we can slip our belly band on, and that's why you don't want it real tight, because we added another layer down in there. All right, and then I cut a basic white, smaller size of this from the Hippo and Friends, and then I stamped For You, a little crooked, and then added snowflakes all over it. We're going to attach that over the belly band so that we have a border around it. And again, we're going to use dimensionals, because like Robin said, everything gets dimensionals. All right. And so then we're going to, thanks Linda. This little pop-up card was one that I did for this month's Paper Pumpkin, or the August Paper Pumpkin kit, the Hope Box. I saw this layout somebody had done with it and decided that the Peaceful Cabins would be gorgeous with it. Okay, so there we have that. And then we're just going to add our trees on dimensionals onto the front of it. Okay, so there's two little chunks. And then this time we can and want to add, another set up above. I get myself all spread out all over. Okay, and then that can just go on there. Now again, we want sparkly trees. So grab your Wink of Stella. Okay, and then we are pulling in the silver and clear epoxies. I'm using the silver, kind of like little snowflakes. And so what I did is I just kind of added them like that. And on this side, let's see, let's sneak a peek. Yep. Then I just added another one up there. Just a little bit random, and you could put a couple down here, but again, it's going to, you're going to slide the belly band, and then I stamped For You again, just on another piece, and I know you guys don't like this, but it does give a really cool look. We're going to fussy cut around the For You. I tried it first with just a hunk of paper, and it was just too chunky for the rest of the look of the card. Okay, so again, you know, you're not getting real carried away. The top part is a little straighter, and then round to your other edge. Okay, so that you have just kind of a tiny little greeting. And then, and I used all my little chunks, so we are going to add some chunks of dimensional here. All right, and we are, let's get this up here so you can see it a little bit. We are adding dimensionals onto the For You. Just little pieces, and these are even smaller than the minis. So you could do the minis and then just cut little strips off from the edges of those. Peel the backings off. And then we're just going to, kind of the Y is at the bottom of the gray. Just add that on there. Okay. So your belly band goes around and it goes right over the top of the For You. So there's your card, all pretty, all sparkly. And then they slide that off and they open it up and they have that beautiful card. And then it flips over. So there's your For You that was on the front. And then between the little sparklies and the For You, it holds the card straight up so that you can then set it onto a shelf and have that beautiful scene. And then again, on the back side is your little greeting. You would probably want to do it here, but either way, that's going to be the back. And they're going to concentrate more onto the front of your card. Okay, isn't that gorgeous? I mean, this suite is phenomenal. This is one of the suites that I will be using for Fall Fest. I don't have my projects designed yet. I will be placing my order very soon for that. So if you did not get signed up for it, either in person with me or a kit in the mail, you can still, you've got about a day or so yet that you can still sign up. We are going to do some fun projects with this. Let me go grab something else to share with you that we made not this past weekend, but the weekend before, the weekend of the 18th. Here's a framed art that we made at that event that was just, and that's where it's like, okay, I like the little layers and things there. So it worked really well to make this very, very special card. We may end up making one of them at Fall Fest, but we will definitely be using this suite to make some really pretty projects and things with it. So I think that is everything for this week. We went with just one, but it's a detailed one, and hopefully you guys all liked it. Again, one last reminder, celebration ends on Thursday. So order this suite, get your free things, and you will be set to go. Until next week, thank you and happy stamping. Bye-bye.